Welcome back, guys. If you have clicked this video, it means that you are either an investor or willing to be one, but always gets confused with this term dividend, right? So stay along till the end of this video and you will not regret. And by the end of this video, you will learn everything that you need to know about dividends. So without wasting time, let's get started. First, let's look why this term dividend comes into picture and what is the meaning of it. So whenever a company earns some profit, they mainly have two ways to divide its profit among the shareholders. They can reinvest this profit into some other business which can help the company to grow more and which in turn help investors to get more returns on their investments. Or second is the company can share the profits in terms of providing dividends to its stakeholders. First, we will take a look on how these companies reinvest the profits into its growth prospects. Some companies like Apple and Google, they don't give any dividends to its shareholders. Instead, they usually declare that they have credibility in the market and knows better ways to grow the money invested by the shareholders. And this is mainly followed by those companies which have good financial numbers on their balance sheets and they know that they are putting money and efforts in innovations, growth and upscaling their businesses. Let me help you to understand this better with an example. Suppose Apple gains a profit of $1 billion in quarter 1. Now it has two options. Either they can divide this profit among the shareholders, or second, that with this surplus money, Apple can launch a new product like iPen. Now the Apple lovers will jump into long queues to get this product, as everybody knows that Apple has a brand value. And this product will definitely give much better returns in terms of evaluation of Apple as a stock in the market, which can be seen with the rise of Apple share prices. So for a company like Apple, this approach is far better and profitable for investors compared to the dividends. Now moving on to the second approach which companies use to share its profits, which is called dividends. So you might have many questions around it, like what exactly is a dividend, how can I calculate the dividend of a stock, or what are the parameters to compare the dividends of different companies, and how will I benefit from this? Well, let's see them all one by one. Dividends refers to a reward or cash that a company gives to its shareholders to distribute its profits. Dividends can be issued in various forms like cash payments, stocks, etc. The amount of dividend and the date of payout is generally decided by its board of directors, usually on a quarterly basis. And the board must agree on the amount to be paid both individually or as an aggregate. Generally speaking, on the declaration day, the board of directors announces the dividend, the size of the dividend, the record date, and the payment date. Now you must be thinking, what's this record date, right? Let me help you. The record date is the day by which one must be on the company's books as a shareholder so that one can receive the dividend. However, it is not mandatory for a company to pay dividends. It is usually a part of the profit that the company shares with the shareholders for being their valuable investors. Whenever a company declares to pay dividends, it is not defined as the proportion of its current share price. Rather, it is defined on the base price of the share. Okay. First, can you help me with this? What is the base price of the share? Base price of the share is the first ever price of the stock when it was registered in the stock exchange. Okay, now let's consider that the base price of a stock is 10 rupees and the company declares that they are going to provide 20% dividends on the base price. So the dividend received by the investor per share would be 2 rupees. And if an investor is owning 10,000 shares of the company, then the amount of money he will receive in the form of dividends would be 20,000. Okay, let's find out how can you check whether you are eligible to get dividends or not, or how many numbers of stock of a company will fetch you a dividend. So there are two things. First is record date, which I have already discussed in this video. Please rewind if you have missed it. And second is ex-dividend date. If a company defines that the ex-dividend date is 30 March 2021, then the shareholder will get dividends only on the shares which he owns on or before 30 March 2021. So let's say you have 1000 stocks of a company named Trident Limited on 30 March 2021, and on the very next day, that is 31st March, you buy 1 lakh more shares. Then you will be eligible to get dividends only on the 1000 shares you hold and not on those 1 lakh new shares that you recently bought after the ex-dividend date in that particular quarter. Now moving on to our final section, let's find out what does this dividend yield mean and how to use this as a parameter of measuring performance of a stock. So dividend yield is basically a parameter to compare the dividends provided by different companies, and this parameter will help you in analyzing stocks of multiple companies before investing. Dividend yield is measured in terms of percentage, which you can find out by dividing the annual dividends per share of a company to its current market price and multiplying it by 100. Now you will ask, why do we need to look for dividend yield? Because can't we use only dividends while comparing stocks? Here we will see how it is beneficial for you guys. So you can think of dividend yield as what percentage of current market price your annual dividend is. So let's understand this concept using an example. Suppose a company ABC gives you a dividend of rupees 8 per share and its current market price is 80 rupees. Then its dividend yield would be 8 divided by 80 into 100, which comes out to be 10%. Now this means that you can earn 10% on your investments through only the dividends, apart from the returns you anyway getting when its valuation increases in the market. Now we will see this concept from the viewpoint of an investor by looking at the journey of a company ABC. So let's say ABC company has a base price of 100 rupees and has declared a dividend of 10 rupees per share. Now you can easily calculate the dividend yield would be 10 divided by 100 into 100, which comes out to be 10%. So let's say in the next quarter its market price reduced to only 80 rupees and the dividend remains same, which is 10 rupees per share. So now you can calculate the dividend yield would be 10 divided by 80 into 100, which is 12%. Now you guys tell me whether this increase in the dividend yield is giving you actual profits or not. See, to increase the dividend yield we have two ways, either increase the numerator or decrease the denominator. And here it is very clear that the market price of the company has reduced from 100 rupees to 80 rupees, hence decreasing the denominator, and that, my friend, is the exact reason for its increased dividend yield. So it is always recommended that always see the history of a share price of the company, that whether it's really giving more dividends or this dividend yield is increasing merely because of the decreasing share price. To your surprise, there are some mutual funds which are solely invested on dividend giving companies, which assures a stable and regular income for investors looking for a risk-free investment. One can easily go to small case in order to compare and diversify your portfolio, but more about small case in separate video. So that was everything that you need to know about dividends, and we would really appreciate your valuable feedback in comments. We'll meet you guys in next video. Till then, take care of yourselves and your parents. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more great contents coming soon. Stay tuned.